So welcome to the Courageous Nerd YouTube channel. My name's Connor, and joining me today is Gianni DeCenzo from Cobra Kai. Gianni, how are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you for having me back, man. I love it.
Absolutely, and obviously, as you just mentioned, like we've spoken before, and like I think it was around like last summer 2021. So like, what have you been up to since that time?
Damn, that's been a long time. Well, we filmed season 4 and 5, and I think those went off without a hitch. Season 4 came out, and yeah, I'm really excited with the response that it's been getting. People love it, and I'm super happy because honestly, I think this has been one of my favorite seasons to film because I'm doing so much karate. And it's like one of my favorite things to do on the show. So to actually get to be a part of that is like, whoa, awesome.
Mm. Yeah, and I've already spoken to some of your co-stars about season four, Owen, Morgan, and Nate O, and
Mm.
both of them were kind of talking about because at the time like, the show just got to number 1 on Netflix. Like, how have you kind of found that real like intense reaction and support behind the show?
It's been crazy. I mean, it's not only that season 4 is number one, but I think the rest of the seasons are all up in the top 10.
Mm,
So there are like people that are just starting out and they're like watching the entire series, and then we have like our longtime watchers just coming in to watch the fourth season. And it's been a crazy positive response. I've been getting a lot more followers on Instagram, which is awesome because I love to get to meet new people and I get to see all of their comments, and yeah, I'll see their DMs and sometimes I'll DM some of them back.
mm,
It's just so nice to have such a great community of people enjoy something as much as I enjoy making it. It's a great
yeah,
feeling. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it must be great to have your work be appreciated and on such a large scale. That must be a great feeling.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, I honestly never would have thought going into this when I was 8 years old that I'd get to this point where, people would actually watch something that I was a part of. I was like,
Mm.
oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's
Mm.
do this. Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely. And I know, obviously, midway during the show's run so far, you guys moved from YouTube Premium over to Netflix. So, like, would you say those two different eras feel especially different from each other, or has it been pretty consistent throughout?
It's crazy because I feel like Netflix has a lot bigger of an outreach, so that everyone has Netflix. So
Mm,
um, I feel like the show is really getting the audience that it deserves because the creators of the show, they work so hard to make something that people can watch and enjoy, and they work so hard to make the original Karate Kid into something completely new. And
mm,
so the fact that they finally get the appreciation that they deserve, it's awesome. John, Josh, and Hayden, they're the creators, and yeah, I
mm.
just think that they do an amazing job. So congrats to them.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, like, unrelated to any interview I've done, I saw an interview that Ralph Macchio did, and he was kind of talking about how like Netflix was where they wanted to go in the first place, just didn't work out that way at the time. But obviously, I guess it was meant to be, it was meant to be, and here you are now, and as you say, it's doing incredibly well.
Yeah, no, it's we couldn't be happier. It was a bit of a weird area when they decided that like YouTube wanted to step away from like some of the scripted TV series, and then we were like,
Mm,
oh, where are we gonna go? And then Netflix was like, okay, we'll take you, and we're like, okay, this is great.
mm,
It worked out. Yeah, when one door closes, another one opens. That's kind of been my experience with the entire industry. So
mm.
yeah, it's working out great.
For sure. And actually, this is less of a season four spoiler and like more kind of end of season three. And actually, first of all, I'll say if you're not caught up that far, what the heck have you been doing? But yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
go watch it.
yeah, but then come back here after once you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what we're talking about. But yeah, obviously, as of season four, Hawk and Demetri reconciled at the end of season three. They're kind of were friends again, and like how would you say, like, I mean, how much discussion do you think you and Jacob Bertrand have had over the years of like that dynamic? And obviously it's been evolving, it's not just been a straightforward friendship all the way through. It's like grown and changed, broken, mended, like, yeah, just,
You mean like me and Jacob's like actual relationship?
yeah, yeah. Obviously, like, because like approaching, playing the characters as the relationship has changed. Does that make sense?
I mean, I've always, liked Jacob and Sholo. Like, we've always hung out. They actually got me into the game Magic the Gathering. They kick my ass all the time. I'll beat them eventually.
Mm,
For those of you that know Magic the Gathering, I have a squirrel deck now named Chatterfang. And it's just a bunch of token squirrels, and they go out and they kill. They could,
mm.
kill a bunch of creatures, and I love it because they're just little tiny baby squirrels. But yeah, no, I mean we've always like hung out. We've never like had any issues. I don't think they've certainly never broken my arm in real life, so that's
Right.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Always a
Yeah,
positive. Yeah.
they're just awesome to work with, man. They really give me a lot to work off of, which is super important in like intense scenes. You need to have
Mm,
a strong partner, and I think it's safe to say like really everyone on the show is like pretty strong. So
mm.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great to work with them.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys prefer the scenes where you're like at each other's throats, or do you prefer kind of having the buddy kind of moments with each other, or is it not really a preference, just like the whole thing?
It's definitely more interesting when we're going at each other's throats, especially when, karate kicks are involved. I think
Mm,
we all really enjoy like, fighting each other. Even though we're
mm,
friends in real life,
mm,
we like to roughhouse a little bit, right? I mean, why
mm,
not? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun to play like those intense scenes like that, just where you hate each other. There's something so magical about that. Because like the whole point of acting is like you get to do things that you would never actually do in real life. Like Jacob, I don't think he would break my arm in real life,
mm.
but he gets to be like this, super mean guy that does that. And yeah, I think that's really cool. So yeah, we definitely do enjoy playing some of the, meaner things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure, and obviously, like I'm making an observation here, and obviously, as the actor who plays Demetri, you might have a better insight than I would. But I would have perceived him at the start as maybe someone a bit kind of closed off, like not really open to trying new things. And one of those things obviously ended up being karate. But like, do you think because of how much karate has changed his life, that he is more open to like branching out and like maybe doing things a bit differently to what he's used to, like breaking a routine, kind of.
No, definitely. I mean, are we able to say spoilers for season 4? I don't want to like give too much away to
Um,
people if they haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you haven't seen it, then maybe don't listen to what Gianni's about to say, or maybe just try and be as vague as you can, whichever works.
Close your ears right now.
Mm,
It's just when Eli gets his head shaved, and so he doesn't want to like join karate anymore.
right.
It's like that moment where Demetri's like, "You pushed me out of my comfort zone to do this," and I think that's really awesome because it's kind of he inadvertently pushes Demetri to become more confident in who he is through karate. And so,
Mm,
yeah, no, I definitely think that this karate stuff, it really made Demetri realize that he doesn't really need to play the long game. He can be confident in who he is now. He can get the popular girl. He can have like a bunch of friends. He can defend himself. And
mm,
yeah, I think that's just really important for anyone, like in life in general, that you could just be confident in who you
mm.
are. And the thing I love the most about it is that no matter how good Demetri will get at karate, he never compromises who he is like as a
Sure.
person. He's the nerd, That's
Mm,
yeah, that's who he is. But he'll get better and better at karate over time, and he'll maybe be a little bit more popular along the way. Who knows? But
mm.
yeah, he'll always stay the same, and I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think obviously if you're playing a character over however many seasons, obviously you want them to change. You don't want to just be the same as they
Mm.
were at the start of the journey. So I'm sure that's been rewarding for you, right, to play.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's been super fun. Yeah, seeing him go from like season 1, just like this nerd that everyone pushes around, to now season 4, he's pushing them around like in
Mm,
the tournament.
sure.
But yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, yeah, someone who would I definitely, let's just say would have sat at Demetri's table at school, so to speak, right? I'm kind of in that same vibe. And yeah, it's definitely kind of cool and inspiring in a sense to see someone have this transformation and have that kind of glory to an extent he's got to have. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, same. I would also be sitting at the table. Yeah, I'd be
Mm.
right there alongside you, man.
Mm. Yeah, and actually, you're on a show full of like Easter eggs and callbacks. I'll make a slightly less impressive Easter egg or callback to our previous interview, and you mentioned that your dad was a big fan of the Karate Kid, I believe, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun to get to show him around the set a couple of times. That was a lot of fun.
absolutely. And also, again, kind of like season four spoilers, like with him being a fan, like was he excited to see the likes of Terry Silva,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Thomas Ian
I mean,
Griffiths, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's really cool because like he'll sit down and him and my mom helps me so much. They'll actually read the scripts. They'll like help me work on it and stuff like that.
Mm,
So yeah, they get the spoilers and he gets to like sit there and be like, whoa, oh Terry Silver, oh my God, like what's
mm.
happening there? Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just super cool to kind of share that with him. And yeah, he definitely fanboys a little bit. Uh, so I think that's really awesome that I get to share that with him and my mom. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, again, it's more of a spoiler for season three. They kind of set it up in the flashbacks to Vietnam, and I've actually interviewed Nick, who plays young Terry Silver, and like, did you guys ever get to meet those actors playing the younger versions?
I got to like meet him like offset. Like
Mm,
unfortunately, Demetri hasn't invented a time machine yet, so I don't think he'll
right,
ever be he'll never be in like a scene with him.
absolutely, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, he's super awesome, man. Yeah. If they found a
mm,
way for us to all work together, that'd be interesting. I don't know how
yeah.
they do that.
I mean,
Time
if it was
travel.
a character to invent a time machine, it probably would be Dimitri, to be fair.
Right,
So
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
think that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. And it's actually something I kind of thought more about after watching the season. It wasn't something that was clear to me straight away that, again, it's a spoiler for season four, but like Kenny, almost in a sense, like being a darker version of Daniel LaRusso in the original Karate Kid, obviously being bullied and like turning to karate, but obviously kind of using it, not in, to defend yourself, becoming very brutalistic with it. But like, as someone who's like seen the films, who's in the show, like, I guess how did you find like seeing that classic storyline being reinvented and turned on its head?
I mean, it's really interesting because it's like like in DC Comics, it's like a bizarro Daniel LaRusso. Like it's the
Mm,
same sort of plot, but just down a very different route. And it's kind of cool because it shows you what could have been in the original Karate Kid.
mm,
And it sucks because the Kenny, he's a good kid. He's played by Dallas. He's super awesome.
yeah.
But the character Kenny, he's a good kid. He's just kind of lost, and it
Mm,
just kind of shows you how easy it can be to go down the wrong side if you don't have like the proper, tutelage, I guess you could
mm,
call it. But
yeah.
yeah, well, who knows what'll happen with the Kenny character in later seasons? Guess we'll
For
find out.
sure. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Wink, wink. Like just
Yeah,
look off. Looking for the Netflix. Whatever
yeah,
watches. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, obviously, like not to knock Robbie, but again, kind of like as you were saying, if Daniel hadn't had someone as well more than competent than Mr. Miyagi, then who knows what he could have ended up
Yeah.
doing with the karate skills, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he could have gone down, yeah, very different route. And then who knows? My character probably would never have joined his dojo either because, I got my nose broken and flipped when I tried to join Cobra Kai. If
Mm,
Daniel was evil, I don't think Demetri would survive that initiation. So yeah, be a very
mm.
different plot.
Yeah, and like as I was saying to you before, like I've spoken to Owen and Nate, obviously in different dojos. Actually, Nate being in Miyagi-Do for the most part with you, but like,
Uh,
would you say you managed to develop like any kind of relationship with the other actors who've kind of been in Miyagi-Do for a long time now? Obviously, there's Ralph Macchio, Mary, Khalil Everidge, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I have all of their numbers. We text all the time. I actually made a Minecraft realm with some
Mm,
people. It was like a hardcore realm, but someone not to, you know, put anyone out there. They kept dying,
mm,
Nate. So we had to change it. We had to change it to like a normal survival realm, and yeah, it's been going pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just super fun to work with people that you've kind of become friends with over time because it's acting itself is always fun, and I always want to do it. But to actually have people that I enjoy working with is like a whole
mm.
nother level, and it makes it an awesome environment. I haven't been on a set this fun before. So it's
Mm,
great.
absolutely. And obviously, like, season four left a lot of cliffhangers to kind of ponder over. And as you've kind of said already, that season five's already wrapped. And, I'm not asking you to give anything away, but like, what can you say about where Demetri's going, if you can say anything at all, really?
It's tough to see. It's a hard thing to balance. I
Balance.
don't
I,
know. I
I,
think
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly what Daniel's teaching us.
Mm,
Um, I would just say if you thought season four was crazy, there's a lot in season five. So you're definitely not gonna want to miss out on it. And you're definitely, if you haven't like seen the series in its entirety, you gotta go watch it from the beginning because it's one of those things where it's like you can't just like start halfway through. You can't just pick up in the middle. You gotta like sit through the whole story. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. That's like the most I can give away without them hunting me down and you know, kicking the shit out of me.
right, for sure. And I mean,
Yeah.
and just in case anyone for some reason's only on like season one and is like watching this, there's a ton of, Karate Kid kind of callbacks and Easter eggs to look forward to. And I mean, again, without speculating too much, I think they're kind of setting up more to happen in season five. So I guess we'll see. Well, I mean, obviously, the rest of us will see when, if and when those kind of predictions
Yeah.
come true or not.
Yeah, no, yeah. Stay tuned. It's worth it. You'll find some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and I kind of like switching to a more like personal thing. Like, although like we're just into 2022, like what do you hope to accomplish with the rest of the year?
I recently started taking piano classes, so
Mm,
I might try to do that. I know it's a little late in the game
mm,
to start doing that, but I got long, fingers, so I figure maybe I can plunk out a couple of keys. And then, there's some projects in the future that I'm kind of in the works on, like maybe I'm looking into. So
mm,
stay tuned for that. And then yeah, I think just kind of work on myself, like stay in acting class. That's like one of the most important things you can do as an actor. You can
mm.
never stop growing. And then take film classes because I eventually want to make my own sort of movies and TV shows. So yeah, a lot of working on myself this year.
For sure, and
Yeah,
obviously, like best of luck with all of that. I'm actually,
thank you.
I've got my last question for you here, and
Hmm.
not to drop anything too big on you at the very end, but if you could say anything to like the Cobra Kai fans around the world, what would you want to tell them? What would you want to get across?
Just that, thank you so much for your support. Like we wouldn't have this show without you guys. It really is, like I said, so much fun to make something that people love watching. It makes it so much more worth it. And I really do think we have just like an amazing fan base. They love to make like fan art and stuff like that. I love seeing it online. They'll tag me in it. And they just, I don't know, it's so awesome to see them embrace something that I get to be a part of, and I'm so thankful. So thank you, everyone.
Hmm,
Thank you so much for your support.
absolutely. And I guess like before I let you go, like where can people find you like, online if they want to follow what you're doing?
I'm on Instagram, just my name, Gianni underscore DeCenzo, and then on TikTok, I think it's just Gianni DeCenzo. There might be an underscore in there. Just look
Right.
my name, you'll find it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's where I'm mostly at.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I guess just if anyone wants to find me or this website on social media, just at Courageous Nerd on Instagram, at underscore Courageous Nerd on Twitter, and obviously again, thanks to anyone who's supporting the site, and obviously, best of luck with everything, Gianni, that you're going after this year and beyond, and congrats with season four and the show in general. Just thanks again for taking the time. Take care and stay safe.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I love talking to you, man. Yeah, you take care too.